Hello students, in present video I am going to explain ninth problem from journal lesson. I am taking this question from Telangana State Telugu Academy Inter First Year Accountancy Textbook. But this problem is useful to all commerce students who want to know about journal topic. Let us see the question. Journalize the following transactions of Mr. Prahlad. Means Prahlad is the owner of this firm. In his books, he is asking us to prepare journal. We have to journalize. Means we have to write the journal entries. Journal entries we write in journal book only, no? Journalize the following transactions of Mr. Prahlad and post them in the ledger and balance the same. In ninth problem, not only journal, he is asking us to prepare ledger also. In present video, I will explain about journal. For ledger, I will make a separate video. Let us start the problem. First transaction is on 1st February 2019. Transaction is Prahlad invested 50,000 cash in the business. Prahlad is the owner now. He started the business by investing, by bringing 50,000 rupees cash. This is the transaction. In every financial business transaction, there will be minimum 2 accounts. These 2 accounts we should identify. In present transaction, as cash is coming from Prahlad, 2 accounts are cash account and a Prahlad account. Second step is grouping. Means this cash account is a personal account or real account or nominal account. That we should identify. Account is divided into 3 types. Personal account, real account and nominal account. If any account is opened with a person name or firm name, it is a personal account. If account is opened with one asset name, it is a real account. If account is opened with expenditure name, loss name, income name or gain name, it is a nominal account. Cash is an asset, therefore it is a real account. And Prahlad, person name now, therefore Prahlad account is a personal account. Second step, grouping is completed. Now third step is apply the double entry principles. For real account, double entry principle is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Now the question is, from whose point of view we should analyze? From firm's point of view or from Prahlad's point of view? Always you remember, while writing journal entries, we should analyze every transaction from firm's point of view. Your assumption is you are an accountant of the firm. So, to the firm, cash is coming. Therefore, first line is applicable. Debit what comes in. According to that, debit cash account. Personal account rule. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Prahlad is giving cash to us. Prahlad is a giver. Therefore, credit Prahlad's account. And Prahlad is owner now. Owner's name we should not write in the books. When owner's name come in credit, instead of writing that name, we should write capital word. Then final entry is cash account debtor to capital account. Narration is being business is started. Third day transaction is paid into bank 6,000. By seeing paid word, don't think that this is an expenditure. Expenditure name is not there now. Paid salaries, paid interest, he is not giving in that manner. How you should understand this? Firm is maintaining a current account in one bank. Firm deposited money in that account. Here, paid means deposited. 2 accounts are bank account and cash account. bank account is a personal account because bank indicates one organization name. When you are really working in any organization, you are not going to open the account with a bank word. You are going to write a bank name there. For example, ICICI account. With the organization name, if you open any account, that account comes under a personal account. So bank account is a personal account. Cash is going now. Cash account is a real account because cash is an asset. Now apply the rules. Personal account rule. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Bank is receiving cash, debit bank account. Real account rule. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is going, credit cash account. Then final entry is bank account debtor to cash account. Narration: being cash is deposited into bank. Fifth day transaction is purchased furniture for 2000 rupees. Purchase transaction is given. We should observe 2 points. What they purchased, how they purchased. They purchased furniture, fixed asset for 2000. Seller's name is not given. Means this is cash purchase. Take one imaginary name X. From X, firm purchased furniture. Furniture is coming and the cash is going because this is cash purchase. Two accounts are furniture account and cash account. Both are assets. Both come under real accounts. Real account rule: debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Furniture is coming, debit it. Cash is going, credit cash account. Instead of furniture, don't write purchases word. That rule is applicable only for goods. When fixed asset is given in the question, we need not to change the name. Now final entry is furniture account debtor to cash account. Narration is being furniture is purchased for cash. Seventh day transaction is purchased goods for 5000 rupees. Purchase transaction is given. We should observe 2 points. What they purchased, how they purchased. They purchased goods. Supplier's name is not given. Means this is cash purchase. From supplier, goods are coming and we paid cash to him. Cash is going. Two accounts are goods account and cash account. Both are assets. Both come under real accounts. Real account rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Goods are coming, debit goods account. Cash is going, credit cash account. When goods are coming in debit, instead of writing goods word, we should write transaction name. Transaction is purchase transaction. So debit is purchases account. Then final entry is purchases account debtor to cash account. Narration: being goods are purchased for cash. 10th day transaction is sold goods for 10,000 rupees. Sales transaction is given. We should observe 2 points. What they sold, how they sold. They sold goods and customer name is not given. Means this is cash sale. Firm sold goods to customer. Goods are going from the firm and customer has given cash to us. Cash is coming. Two accounts are cash account and goods account. Don't take customer's name here. It is not given in this present problem, but even though he gives, we should not consider customer's name here because this is cash sale. We need not to remember customer's name because already we received money from him. We need not to maintain his account in our books. Cash and goods, both are assets. Both come under real account. Real account rule: debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is coming, debit cash account. Goods are going, credit goods account. When goods come in credit, instead of writing this word, we should write sales account. Then final entry is cash account debtor to sales account. Narration being goods are sold for cash. 15th date transaction is cash withdrawn from bank for office use 2000 rupees. Sometimes he may give this transaction till here only. Cash withdrawn from bank 2000. Both are same. Both transactions you have to deal in the same manner. Meaning is firm is maintaining a current account in one bank for office use, for business purpose. We withdraw money from bank. Cash is coming to the firm. Two accounts are cash account and bank account. Cash is an asset, no? It is a real account. Bank with the organization name, when we open any account, it is a personal account. As a student, you wrote a bank word. When you work in any organization, you are going to write that bank name here, SBI account. With the firm name, you open that account. So it is a personal account. Apply the rules. Real account rule. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is coming, debit cash account. Personal account rule. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Bank is giving money, banker is a giver, credit bank account. Then final entry is cash account debtor to bank account. Narration is being cash is withdrawn from bank for office use. 25th date transaction is paid interest 800 rupees. Expenditure related transaction is given. Then two accounts are expenditure name, interest account, and we pay that expenditure in the form of cash, therefore cash account. To whom we are paying that expenditure, name is not available in the question. Take one imaginary name X. Why firm is paying interest to X? Because firm is liable to X. Previously, firm took loan from X. When we take loan, we have to pay the interest, no? So on this date, firm is paying interest to X. Cash is going from the firm. Two accounts are interest account and cash account. Don't take X account here. Even though he gives one person name, for example, he gave like this, paid interest to Murali. Even though person name is available in the question, don't take Murali account here. In case of expenditure and income, we should not consider the person name. Expenditure name and cash. These two accounts only we should consider. Interest account. To the firm, this interest is an expenditure. Expenses come under nominal accounts. So, nominal account rule we should apply here. Nominal account rule is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. As it is expenditure, we should debit interest account. Second one, cash account is a real account because cash is an asset. Real account rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is going from the firm, credit it. Then final entry is interest account debtor to cash account. Narration being interest is paid. Always you remember, whenever expenditure related transaction is given, expenditure name should be debited and the cash is to be credited. Another expenditure transaction is also given in this question. Let us see that. 30 date. Paid salary. Firm paid salary to employee. Cash is going. This is also an expenditure to the firm. Expenditure name is salary. Then entry is salary account debtor to cash account. Being salary is paid. In this manner, we should write journal entries for 9th problem. After journal, he is asking us to prepare ledger also. I will make another video for ledger. Hope this video is useful to you. Thank you.